Mitra. I represent Ward 4 now on the St. Paul City Council, and I've been thinking about how running twice in 2 years has given me a unique perspective on our city elections. And what's really been staying with me is when I ran in 2018, I was running in a special election. It coincided the same day as a very, very contested gubernatorial primary election. It was the same election as the congressional midterms, the first midterms since the election of Donald Trump that saw record turnout. And so my first ever election in my life was on a day for Minnesota primary that experienced historic levels of voter turnout. And then when I ran this year, I knew that I was running in a race where it was only our local election, which is tremendously important, but it didn't have the same effect as an up-ballot race that was very, very high profile, driving folks to the polls. But more people voted in my race this year than they did the first time that I ran. We edged out turnout even off of that huge election that I ran in the first time. And I think that's really, really significant. And I've been sharing that where I can because I just think it's extremely notable. And I think that RCV invites people to those conversations in a way they might not otherwise feel. We did see, I think, a very record or historically significant number of candidates, just candidates period, citywide. Certainly, as people have talked about, an incredibly diverse group of folks, which it really expands the conversation in a necessary way to figure out how we're going to make our city work well, no matter your background. And I also would echo what people have shared about RCV invites you to see the strengths in multiple candidates and feel excited about more than one person. And I think political decision making is stronger when you can look at a choice and say, I think this choice could be good, and that doesn't mean all the other choices are terrible. It means that I like this choice, but then I also like this one, and I could also see the benefit of this one. I think it just helps us think better as a city. So those are some things that I've been excited to be a part of. I want to thank the RCV Coalition for always bringing attention to this all throughout the campaign cycle, and then afterward to kind of share our successes. So thank you so much, and super proud to have been part of this great moment for our city. Yep.
Mitra, I have a question. Mitra? Yeah. I have a question for you. You ran the first time, as you said, 2 years ago. Did the existence of ranked voting in St. Paul, the fact that we use it in St. Paul, influence your decision to run the first time?
I think that, strangely enough, I think RCV has become so established now that it's a new normal, right? And so in a way, we now are in a time where it's a new normal to expect that if you're running for local office, this is the system that you get to work with. I think that does contribute to people stepping forward no matter what. And I think that the engagement level we saw this year really underscored that. So definitely it's been unique running twice in 2 years, but also it's given me a lot I can share. So yeah. Thanks.
Good. Thank you.